Alright. You gonna leave?
Yeah, I don't want to take videos.
Alright, I'm gonna go. Anyways, so there's multiple things that I wanted to talk about today. There are multiple things that I want to talk about today. One is my hand gestures. So my hand gestures, look into other people how they have their hand gestures and incorporate the ones that I like. Now, incorporating the ones that I like does not mean just taking one to incorporating all of their hand gestures. No, have different people that I want to incorporate their hand gestures into my routine. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is continually improve my working out habits. So currently I've realized that I need to have working out habits with compound movements. Compound movements are what make the whole body bigger, and then everything else is just to make everything peak out. Now I don't know exactly what compound muscle movements I could be doing at home, but that's going to come with the days, and it's going to come, and I'm going to understand which one I should be using, which one I shouldn't be doing, and all that is going to come. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is stuff that would look a lot better on me. Okay, so thing number one, remove that beggar look off my eyes. Remove that beggar look off my eyes. That's thing number one. Number one, become rich looking. Basically, don't look like I want money and stuff like that. Like, become rich looking. One, do not ask for money help from anyone, even if I needed it. And two, develop that look. Develop that look completely. I don't care. You can look rich even if you actually need money. So just develop that look. It's going to be much better looking on me. It's going to improve how I look overall. And yeah, so just incorporate that in. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, man, it's so hot. I'm gonna open the window. Another thing that I want to improve is eye gestures that make me look better. So what I want is my personality to make me look better. I want my personality to be one that makes me look way better. I want my personality to improve how I look. I don't want a personality that makes me look neutral. I want a personality that makes me look a lot better. I'll put my hands down again. And keep telling myself how to behave, telling myself how to act, coach myself through. It's so important to coach myself through. So right now, I understand that I need to put my shoulders down. I need to put my head a little bit up, and I need to put my hands a little bit down, a little bit more comfortably down. And just don't have so regimented hand gestures. That's really important. And don't be looking at the other person for continual validation. Thing number two is be very unattached and develop a detached look. So the look that I have to have needs to be detached look, meaning that my look has to be very detached. Like, I don't care about what the other person is saying. I don't care about what they want. You know what I mean? Like that, and in a very in a matter where, like, I'm unaware of the other person's. You know what I mean? Like, not be aware in of myself, be aware of my surroundings. But if somebody I don't want to answer or anything like that, just don't answer it. Pretend like I didn't hear it, and look like I didn't hear it. That's more important than not hearing it. Let's hear it, but pretend like I didn't hear it and make it look like I didn't hear it, which makes me look a lot more important, because more important people don't answer everything. They are not answering everyone. And use the opportunity of me being at home. Use the opportunity of me being at home to actually, let me put my hair back. When I get back outside, don't be overly nice to people. Don't be overly open just because I haven't talked to lots of people lately. Don't be like that. As a matter of fact, when I go back outside, be super rude and develop and input everything that I've ever learned in that journey, and put it in everything that I've been learning. Don't ever give leeways or do this or do that. Be a lot meaner when I come back out to the world. Don't be nicer because I haven't talked to so many people, and right now I need to be talking to these many people. Oh, and I need to be really nice. No, fuck that. Being nice only pushes the other person away. It is a form of come to me, and any form of come to me pushes the other person more away than I even expected before. So make sure that I understand that. because that is very important for me to actually realize, so that way I don't have problems struggling with keeping that notion in my head. So that's thing number three. I don't know, thing number two. Another thing is that don't talk with this lip. Rather than that, talk with my other lip. So you see that? Talk with my other lip so I can adjust, and talk with my lower lip so I can adjust that discrepancy of talking in one lip. I don't want to talk in one lip. Like, talk with my whole mouth. And another thing, stretch my mouth to the highest extent possible. So if my mouth can be extended all the way over here, extend my mouth to the utmost extension possible, because that just makes me look better, and at the same time it just adds to the beauty of when I talk, just using my mouth. Another thing is using my eyebrows. Use my eyebrows all the time as I'm talking, all the time as I'm talking. So do not ever underestimate using my eyebrows as I'm talking, because that is just a form of just having everything that I'm saying more genuine, or not even more genuine, a little bit more natural, having it stem from a natural standpoint, and that is really, really important. Another thing is don't look down with my head. Keep my head looking up, because that looks better. In my opinion, that looks better. Keep my head moving, and just remember, it just looks a lot better to keep my head moving and my eyes moving. I feel like my eyes don't move as much. One reason being is that I don't blink my eyes as much. And the second reason being is because I don't move them around as much. I don't need to move my whole head to look. Move my eyes. They got muscles of their own. So don't be afraid to use my eyebrows, or my eyes, to look at this direction or look at that direction. Just chill out with my eyes and look around with them. Don't look around with my face. Look around with my eyes. Really, really important. Another thing that I wanted to talk about. Another thing that I wanted to talk about. Oh, breathe. Breathe. Change the way I sound when I breathe. I don't mean don't absolutely make no sound, but when I can, take breaths the right way. And when I take a breath, don't look khatiye, but look away as I'm taking a breath. All the time, look away as I'm taking a breath, and don't look like poor me, you know what I mean? Another thing that I wanted to address is never raise my voice as I'm talking. There's no reason for me to raise my voice. There is no reason at all to raise my voice. So just keep my voice down, because a voice that's down and confident just looks way better than a voice that's loud and important. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is behave as if I am important. I keep behaving as if I'm small and as if I'm not important. So it's really important that I behave important. How do I do that? Is by the things that I say. I have to actually convince myself that I am actually important. First and foremost, convince myself that I'm actually very important. That's the most important step. Now, what comes after that step? The next step is definitely behaving on it. But first of all, I have to convince myself that I am important, that I'm not a beggar, basically. Like, I don't need to have that beg look instilled inside of me. Another one, I always need to look like I think the other person is neutral to bad looking. Is neutral to bad looking. Alright? Never be looking at someone, oh, you look good, but I don't care. No. And you look neutral to bad looking. That's what I think of you. And if I ever considered you as a friend, is because I was too kind. That's how I gotta be looking at people. Treat people like trash until they prove to me that they're not trash. Very, very important. No leeway around it. Always have that. And another thing is that train my voice to be super strong and my hands not to shake as much. And I can do that through the workouts. Now do a little bit smaller workout so I can do that, but don't make like major workouts for major muscles like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Ooh, my arms are hurting. Anyways, I'm gonna be dancing right now, and I'm gonna be and incorporate every ew. Oh, I keep killing those moths. Anyways, so I'm gonna be dancing. So I want to be talking also about what I need to be doing as I work out. So as I work out, don't like stop myself from moving or doing a workout as hard as possible because I don't want my voice to shake or anything like that. Just move my head. It just does wonders to move my head, and to moving my head in general and moving it with different speeds, you know what I mean? Just makes my speech look a lot more powerful, and at the same time don't look like I'm lifting something. Take a breath and take a slow breath. It does not look nervous. You know what looks fucking nervous? Is your voice shaking. And you know what else looks nervous? Is when you don't move around. And you know what else? Fucking ew. And you know what else looks nervous? Is if you exhale. And I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. So don't be afraid of looking nervous. Now get that fucking idea out of my head. I need to look confident, not nervous. That's not the fucking point. So right now I'm going to be talking after I have a little bit of a heartbeat. Make sure that I do not look like I'm holding myself, 1. And 2, do not hold my breathing. Do not hold my breathing at all. As a matter of fact, don't focus so much on the breathe. Like, how do I say it? Incorporate ways that I could look more confident as I'm talking with this standpoint, because that is exactly the emotion that I'm going to be feeling as I'm talking to people or as I'm doing this, because that feeling is inevitable. You cannot stop that feeling from coming to you. You cannot stop that feeling from coming to you. So take a breath in. Do not restrict myself from taking oxygen, because oxygen just means that you're confident. Oxygen just means that you're confident. It's just a way of gaining confidence. Is taking in oxygen. So do not scream at all. So as a matter of fact, keep telling myself what oxygen does, and then just continue on becoming better and better, and it will become better. And another thing, don't make my voice so girly. So right now my voice dipped down and it became super girly. My voice should never dip down and become girly under any circumstance, whether I'm sleeping, or whether I'm tired, whether I'm doing this, whether I'm doing that. Do not let my voice turn very, very girly for no fucking under any circumstance. And don't put my hands together like this. Always have them separate. I keep telling myself, keep your fucking hands separate. Keep your hands separate, regardless of what you do. Keep those fucking hands separate. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just keep those fucking hands separate, because they look better. They look better separate, and you can hold them better together, and they just give a much better look. And just continue doing that, and continue using my eyebrows and everything. I'm going to be looking at this video real quick.